the point is that our ability to represent things in an articulated manner is directly related to our ability to use our joints in an articulated manner. And so that's what we're like in the world. We're out there doing things to it and then talking about it. We're very handy and we're very mouthy. So that's useful to know because that's sort of how the brain pictures the body. And the fact that the brain pictures the body that way means that that's how the brain conceptualizes the body as an entity for use in the environment. And so you say, well, how do human beings adapt? Well, we run around taking things apart and putting them back together with our hands and talking about it. And we're very good at that. And so you could say, well, in some sense, that's our primary. I think that it's a reflection of the same processes that gave rise to the idea of the hero. Because there's two ways of adapting to the world in some sense. One way is just to do what everyone else has done that's always worked. All animals do that. That's what they do. Like bears now and bears 1,000 years ago, it's like they're the same bear, even though they're very complicated. Same with chimps, you know. People say chimps have culture and can make tools. It's like, that's wrong. And here's why it's wrong. If a chimp could increase its domain of cultural expertise by 0.1% a generation, which is like nothing, well, run that for 7 million years at compound interest. And what happens? Well, you get Toronto, right? I mean, I don't know how much we transform our culture with each generation, but it doesn't have to be very damn much for there to be cities after 2 million years of iteration. Well, chimps are still living in the jungle. Now, they do use tools, but what seems to happen is that the environment, and they do use different tools in different locales, but what seems to happen is that the environment suggests the tools to them. So they have a certain level of intelligence, and they can figure out how to use what's at hand, and what's at hand is different in different places, so they use different tools. But that doesn't mean they're thinking up different tools. They're not, clearly, because there's no accumulation of culture. So I don't see how you can escape from that mathematical argument, and you can make the same argument to pretty much any other creature. You know, even ants, it's like they're making the same damn ant hills they were making, well, God only knows how long ago. I mean, they're very successful at it, but there's no innovation. And so being the same as the things that lived before you that lived is a pretty good strategy. But that isn't the human strategy, or it's actually half the human strategy. Because half our strategy is to do what everyone else has always done, and the other half is to fix that where it's not working very well, or at least to try to fix it. And I think this is an excellent representation of the abilities we have embodied to do precisely that.